Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's episode of Talk Exchange. Today's guests are JP and Marivelle with the Exchange Club out of Las Vegas, and they talk about their April Prevention and America 250 projects. And they developed 4 very strong areas of impact. So they go over those. They also talk about the importance of local and community partnerships and how collaboration is so important to grow an organization. So this is a really great episode, very insightful. We also have a lot of media attached to today's episode via the link in the description that goes to the YouTube version of this episode. So be sure to check that out as well. Hope you enjoy, and we'll see you again next week.
Welcome to Talk Exchange. I'm Tracy Edwards, CEO of the National Exchange Club.
And I'm Christy Lindahl, Director of Communications.
So today with us, we have one of our favorite guests, JP
Yes.
Fallou, who's a partner of Exchange in many ways and super involved with the Exchange Club of Las Vegas. And he brought on a great partner of his in Las Vegas. So we're going to learn more about his work with Marivelle Nunez. Welcome, JP and Marivelle.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for being with us today. So to start, for our audience who doesn't know you, tell us about each of you and your role within the club and the community. JP?
So I'm JP Fallou. I'm the Exchange Club of Las Vegas president. I'm also the California Nevada district president and have been involved with Exchange since I think 2019, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then involved with all different aspects and been learning about clubs and building Las Vegas.
Awesome. Hi, Marivelle. Tell us about yourself and your role.
Sure. And I'm Marivelle Nunez. I'm the president-elect. I've been working with JP for approximately 2 years, and we are doing some phenomenal things here in Las Vegas, integrating many nonprofits, business owners, and just regular everyday people that want to make a difference in our community. So we're up to 40. And it's been phenomenal. And now we're just structuring everything so that we can create impact.
Fantastic.
I like that.
Well, we've seen your impact all over social media and the things that JP sends us and that we hear about. We know you're very busy, but of course you got a lot of attention in April, which is Prevention of Child Abuse Month. So why don't we kick off by telling us, kind of wrap up April, tell us what that involved for you and how it went.
So let me begin by saying that at Restoration and Recovery Foundation, we are absolutely honored to be the home of the Parent Aid Child Abuse Prevention Program. I recognize it as a nationally exchange evidence-based practice that we are very pleased to roll out here in Las Vegas. It is absolutely needed in Las Vegas. And the way we did that, obviously we did the Parent Aid training. We trained 19 individuals
Wow.
in our community that are ready to take on the task of Parent Aid. In addition to that, we started our first fundraiser, and what we would like to do is a summer youth program, summer youth camp, to raise awareness and also integrate the community children into the Parent Aid Child Abuse Prevention Program. And so far, we have 40 children that have been sponsored to spend a week with us, where we're going to be teaching empowerment. We're going to be integrating the parents and teaching them techniques on how to better parent their children. And also that gives us the opportunity to raise awareness in terms of the Parent Aid program and invoke child abuse prevention techniques. And hopefully those families will say, I want to know more. I want to learn more. I want to get involved in this program. And we figure that would be a soft introduction to the program in our community. And I am so pleased with all of the sponsors, because to be able to do that in 2 weeks, to get individuals to sponsor 40 children to be part
Yes.
of that, has been impactful.
That's incredible work.
Definitely.
Yeah.
One of the other things that we did is, so everyone has seen, is we've actually gone to high schools, and similar to our program last year, we're actually doing paintings up on boards or walls itself. So we've done one, and then we have a second one going on probably in May sometime too. So that's with our other partner.
And JP, can you explain a little bit about that for people listening who may not have seen it in the magazine or online?
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So everyone is seeing, it's the ability, it's put together by Hip Hop Nation. And what they've done is said, hey, how can we express ourselves through art? And how can we express ourselves in art form? And it started off where we started painting on a board. So we started at Marivelle's location last year, where we asked individuals, how do you feel? Where do you feel you're going? How's it going? And at the same time, it was from kids that were doing that. And then this year, what we've decided to do is we decided to do it with kids and expressing themselves on a wall. So we got a high school, and there were some pictures that were put up if you want to go up to social media. And then they started expressing themselves from on a wall standpoint. And it's so fun because all of a sudden you're seeing kids doing drawings and working together and working with administrators and those type things. And then Marivelle's agreed. She has a huge building where she is downtown in the center of Las Vegas. And we're going to paint with all the kids this month and next month, all kids prevention. It's going to say prevention of child abuse, I think it is. And then we'll have different paintings along the way done all by kids and high school kids of how they feel, what they're going through and stuff like that.
That's great.
Love it. What's the reaction of the kids been to that experience? What do you hear?
Oh, fabulous. I mean, Marivelle,
Yeah, if I may speak to that a little bit. So
Please.
everyone is seeing gives a voice, an outlet to children to express their feelings and emotions. One of the initiatives that they did was suicide prevention. And the paintings that came out of that were incredible. And as a therapist myself, you know that through art therapy we can see a lot of what the child is trying to say or convey to the rest of the world. So the most beautiful thing about So Everyone is Seen, it's led by a young lady who's a teenager.
That's
And
beautiful.
with the support of her mother. So that to me is the greatest example of a healthy parent and child relationship. So when you integrate that into our parent aid child abuse prevention program, my goodness, that's impactful because they get to see what that looks like, a healthy relationship and many ways of communicating with your child, even if it's through art. And that's going to be the mission when we do the mural at 28 West Owens Avenue, and we integrate the community, the parents, and the children painting together.
Amazing.
Wonderful.
We'll be sure, JP, if you could get us that link to Brad and myself,
Yes.
we'll make sure to link it to this podcast. They can see all the pictures and the impact you guys
Absolutely.
made.
And get ideas on how they could bring that to other
100%.
communities. Yeah, I love it. Well, let's
Yeah,
jump. Yep, go ahead, JP.
Yeah, it's a simple thing. And, one of the things that exchange clubs can help with if you decide to do this type of program is help raise funds. Together with So Everyone is Seen, we've probably raised close to $20,000 together with them.
Wow.
So, and that goes right back to the youth programs.
Nice.
That
That's
sounds
awesome.
lovely.
Definitely. So, you've been busy and doing multiple things. So you're also working on the Big America 250 projects that we've seen. So tell us what you're doing to honor this milestone.
Yeah, we're super excited about the America 250 program. Last November, we decided as a group to focus on 4 areas of impact: Americanism, community service, prevention, and youth programs, and the prevention of child abuse, which is our national program. And it was super excited because we were trying to decide if we're going to do it an outside program, an inside program, a combination of both. So we went out and raised the funds. And what we came out with was the Field of Flags. We got our partners from Colonial Flags to provide the flags. And then the exhibit was more from an Americanism standpoint, was focused on how do we in turn show the community and bring them together. We ended up getting a place called the Springs Preserve. It was a relationship that we had with Derek Hebler, who had a relationship back with the executive director there. In the very beginning, they were saying, no, we're not going to have you here. We're going to have you here. And it came out to where the relation, all of a sudden they took a chance. They took a chance with the Exchange Club of Las Vegas, as well as all our community partners, and said, okay, we'll put you here. And it's a 5,700 square foot facility. And together at the same time, our group decided, well, let's go big. And by big, we meant we're going to put in the Freedom Shrine. We're going to put in 50 state flags. We're going to put in 26 colonial flags. We're going to put in 7 service flags. we're going to put in 250 American flags. And then in
Wow.
turn, we're going to put it all together and we're going to put programs around each of those areas of impact. And what came out of it was just something totally unexpected for us, but at the same time, totally awesome for the rest of the community. And I'll let Marivelle talk about that a little bit.
It will be my pleasure to give you the impact report.
Good.
Yes, it was so exciting. I mean, you could just hear the kids coming to the exhibit, the sound of children, right? And
Mhm.
when they came in, they were, wow, this is cool. And then immediately they start going through the exhibit, and then they go through the maze of the flags, and they're so excited. I mean, and you could just feel it yourself, right?
Mhm.
um because it's our history, our rich
Mhm.
history, and our founding fathers, and how America came to be and where we are today, right? And the children are feeling that. And then at the end, when we call them close to our table and we say, how many of you know the Pledge of Allegiance? And some of them raise their hands and some of them don't. And then we recite it together. And for those that we assess that really didn't know it, we send them home with a card so that they can
Nice.
practice it. And then we send them home with an American flag. And so many of those kids were so excited. And then we had a group of kids that went to the atrium and then they started singing America the Beautiful. I
Wow.
mean, and you could just hear it all through the atrium. And that's the impact that we created with this initiative. But not only that, we also gave a safe space to those that served in the military as they stood in front of the military uniforms and the flags of all the branches of military, and they reflected on their service. And they share those moments with us. And the other thing that we did with our one of our members, um, Creation for a Cause, we capture their American story. And we in turn are going to take those stories and upload it to the America250.org website.
Mm.
And it was just so impactful. We had over 4,000 children visit the exhibit,
Wow.
and over 2,000 families or just American patriots, local adults that came through the exhibit. And I mean, just the stories and the reflections were rewarding for me just to
Mhm.
hear all of that. And just it brought us all together, I think, as a exchange club, because we really took all of us to put this together in such a short time. But the impact was priceless.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's beautiful. Amazing.
Yeah, what's interesting too is Maribel doesn't really talk about it. She talks about it, but the first day we actually had a location, which was at her location. And the idea was to be able to sign up kids or families with the parent aid program itself. So we were kind of doing it both ways where, okay, you see what's going on over here, come over to 28 West Owens and talk to folks there about the parent aid program. And I
Okay.
think that day we got something like 5 or something families that signed up for the parent aid program itself.
Wow.
Um,
Yes,
yeah.
5 families, a total of 15 children.
So,
So these initiatives were happening simultaneously.
right.
Huh. You guys
Yeah.
truly understand how to make an impact.
Well, absolutely. And I'm thinking in a short time, really.
Yes.
And that should be, I'm sure, to members listening who are looking for something with their club to do. This just shows you can have great impact, do something of large impact, large magnitude in a very short time with a relatively newly formed club, right?
Yeah, and I think one of the things that we've done is we've gone after and we've worked with community partners. And the
Yes.
community partners are in each area of impact, right? And that was important for us. One of the things that we've seen too is that all of a sudden we just had our meeting on Friday, and we have 5 more people that joined up, right?
Wow.
Just because of what they saw, what's going on
Mm-hmm.
in American 250 and stuff like that. Then we got invited to you're aware of the Day of Gratitude, 40,000 people. And we're one of the key sponsors in kind there. We got invited. VFW has been a great partner with us. So we've partnered with them on this whole America 250 initiative. And we're going to be in the Veterans Day parade with all 339 flags, including the
Wow.
District of Columbia.
In a
So, and
parade.
then we have the Boy Scouts, ROTC, all this other stuff. Then we got a call from the city of North Las Vegas. They want to install the Freedom Shrine in their facility. So as soon as you come into City Hall, they're going to see the Freedom Shrine right there.
Hmm.
So all of a sudden, we're getting calls and we're getting people, and I think that's one of the challenges that any exchange club goes through is, how do you not grow so fast, and then how do you make sure you get each chair taking care of their responsibility?
Yeah, and I think if someone were to say, how do you build a club? How do you get that club stable? How do you get it to sustain? And I think you guys have followed that blueprint, starting with the partnerships and making yourselves visible and all of the pieces behind the scenes that go into that. It's impressive, to say the least.
Absolutely. It takes great effort. We recognize that both of you have worked really hard to make this happen, and we appreciate it. But to have those results, you must feel so inspiring and so motivated, right? To continue to get this type of feedback and have this type of impact and have people continuing to say, I want to join you in these efforts, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have to
Right.
say that I am driven by impact.
Yeah.
So I am excited to see the results of our labor. Absolutely.
And what's next? Dare I
Oh,
ask?
wow. Well, yeah. So, well, um, you probably don't know, together we have been going through what's called the Bloom Journey. And the Bloom Journey is the ability to look at the organization itself and say, okay, what are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? How do we fix it? What are the things that we need to do in order to make a real impact in the community itself? One of our friends that Marivelle and I have does this type of strategic planning with organizations. So he has donated his time to us to actually really look at what our impact is in the community and how do we structure, right? It's one of the things that we do have is we do have each area of impact has a director in charge of that, but are they really doing the right job? Are they doing it correctly? Are they not doing? What are the tools they need? All those particular things. And so that's our next move. Marivelle takes over in July. So yeah, as president, and we have another gentleman by the name of David Garris, who's our president-elect. He's a former Metro officer here. He understands the community really, really well.
Nice.
And then what we're seeing is we're taking what Exchange has done and being able to vet organizations and look at the organizations themselves and vet them, right? I mean, that's one of our claim to fames in the things that we're doing, and making sure that those organizations and the community partners that are coming to work with us and be part of this is really interested in either each area of interest or just one area of interest and what impact they can do. All egos get left at the door, and in turn we work together, right? And it was hard at the beginning, but we're now starting to get into that flow where people say they have what's called the fear of missing out, right?
Right.
Because they see something going on. Where Marivelle and I have done and David and some other folks, we go out to every single event. We're talking to funders. We're looking to see, here's what we're doing, what impact, how can we help you, right? And we're starting to do that, and just not here, but as my role in California, Nevada, I'm starting to do that also. We saw that in San Gabriel Valley and some of the other areas too. So it's just, we're seeing something new. We're seeing something exciting. And then our next thing is definitely to take a little breather in June. And, July is going to be just upon us too. So I don't know, Marivelle.
Yeah, so the approach of the Bloom is really allowing us to structure everything and giving all of the members the opportunity to take on the responsibility of an area and flourish in that area. But we're going to teach them the tools to be able to do that. So our theme is going to be embracing innovation, preserving tradition. So we're going to take what Exchange has done so eloquently in 113 years, and now we're going to incorporate innovation with AI and leadership tools and how to structure and lead and create impact and what that looks like. So you don't necessarily have to go to a room and say, I need $10,000. You're going to really highlight the impact and why the community needs it. And then in terms, the audience will be telling you, how do we get involved?
Mm.
And teaching our members how to do that. It's going to be our mission in the next year, really fine tuning the leaders of each core impact area
Well,
that the exchange.
that's great, and that's one of many things that you both have so masterfully done. And I know this was JP's vision from the beginning, was to partner with local organizations, because that allows you to really know and understand your community. Clearly you do. You know and understand what your community needs, and the impact it will have, the resulting impact in terms of attracting more people, more members, more partners. So that's just great. I know too, you both will be at our national convention upcoming in July in Omaha, where the seminar attendees can learn more. So that's really great. So
Yes.
thank you for that as well.
Wow.
Absolutely. And what I've learned over the years of working in this community is that collaboration is the new currency.
Yes.
You cannot grow an organization or create great long-standing impact if you do not collaborate, if you do not get the community involved. And it takes from government to line level members in our community. I mean, it takes everybody. And I often say this is what putting unity back into community looks like, when we all come together to create meaningful, long lasting impact in our community. Because we all love our community, and we all want the future generations to come up in our community in a healthy way. But we all have to contribute to that.
Well, you're right, and you're right. Collaboration is the new currency. I think what we've learned over the past few years about exchange clubs is, gone are the days of simply writing a check to one of your local organizations, right? That's not
Correct.
sustainable impact, and that's not collaboration, and not involving them so that it's a mutually beneficial situation. That's what you've done so well here, is take that to the next level, which is important for all clubs. So I hope we see a lot more of that across the country, across the network.
Yeah, and I think it's taking, the tools that are available on the member website. It's,
Yes.
I started this off with just a community needs assessment at a Martin Luther King event,
Awesome.
and it grew from there. I mean, the exchange clubs and you all have the tools, just a matter of implementing those tools and then getting the community partners. And there's a lot of folks that are not community partners, but they're just members. And what we're starting to see too is members just wanting to join, and they're going into each of the pillars and deciding what they want to do. So now it's become really a full community itself, and we're actually getting donors now that want to join,
Great.
our funders that say, hey, I see you guys are doing a bunch of stuff. How can I be involved? So it definitely is around collaboration, and it's all aspects of our society,
Yeah.
and our community.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, it's been a joy learning about your impact and your success. And for those that want to learn more, check out JP and Marivelle at the National Exchange Club Convention in July at their seminar, where you can learn more tips to take your club to the next level of success as well. Thank you both. Wow. Amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing impact.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, to learn more about this exchange club, please, I know there will be a link in the description there, and also please visit nationalexchangeclub.org to learn more about exchange. Thanks to both of our awesome guests for the heart and intent and impact you're having with exchange. We appreciate you, JP and Marivelle. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
all.
Wow. Awesome work. We need,
I mean, you didn't even need me. I truly don't think I said much.
required
Good job.
required listening for every club.
I agree.
honestly. Oh my
I agree.
gosh.